Hey guys, welcome back to basically my channel. I've been away for like maybe I think 3 weeks now, starting with like my finals for the semester, spring semester. I think I did pretty good. Well, I did pretty good because I got the results in last week. I'm just glad the semester's over, and right after that, right after my finals, I like went to Philadelphia and New York City. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the video. I uploaded the video. I'll probably have like a link down in the description box below. But this particular video is going to be under SimCity Freestyle because right now I'm just kind of like freestyling. I want to demonstrate two new mods that I'm using. One of the mods that I've tested prior or like behind the scenes with X Oxide 101, which made UDoN right here. This is probably the mod that many people have been waiting for, which is like one-way roads and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people testing this mod, and it's just you could just do so much with this mod, and you can make a lot of your dreams come true. Basically, well, not everything because the map is still a restriction, but you can do a lot new things. It changes the gameplay a lot. And also, the second mod that I'm going to be using today is the elevated train tracks right here. You see some of these things in like dense cities like Chicago, New York, and stuff like that. Tokyo and stuff like that. So I'm going to be playing around with these two mods here. So, as you guys know, I just recently went to New York, and I've been kind of like really inspired by the experience. Like, I really want to like make New York, even though it's kind of impossible here on SimCity because of the map size and some the water table restriction where you cannot build beneath the water table. So I made like a utility city just to get started, and I'm going to be buying power and stuff like that from it, water, sewage, and dang, I forgot to. Let me go over there real quick to send some garbage trucks. Well, I'll just put one here temporarily and then I'll just delete it. Alright. So what I want to do is, let me show you guys how to use UDoN. Well, I've been kind of away with my vacation, so there's been some kind of updates according to the testing. But basically what I want to show you is, these are like the freeway and ramp connections. But they cannot connect with the regional freeway immediately or directly, so you have to make like a one-way road, which is like this. So now you have like this system here, and I'm going to be kind of taking some elements from New York City. Basically, I think it's called the FDR drive. No, it's not the FDR drive. The FDR drive is on the east side, but some other highway right here is basically how New York is like it's encompassed by a freeway system. The freeway system does not cut through the city because that's where all the density is. So they only have space for like having the freeways on the side of the city or the island of, well, speaking of Manhattan, that is. So what I want to do is make this go over here. This is the freeway attachment or tool. Whoa. Sorry, I'm still kind of getting used to this camera mod here made by Denny, guy with a bunch of numbers on his name. I don't know. I'm gonna have this elevated. Well, actually not elevated like in pillars, but yeah, I'm gonna have this side like elevated by like terrain wise. Then I'm gonna leave some space in between them just for like ramp purposes, who knows. I know it's kind of consuming some space here, but it also kind of makes like a cool little feature or aesthetic here with like kind of like two lumps. And let's round this off. This mod just came out today. You can download it, or I'll have the link in the description box. Or if you check the SimCity Reddit, it's on there too. Okay, so this is... Okay. Now this is where they kind of like merge, because I want to connect it to this. See, it attaches to the one-way roads right here. Oh yeah, basically, let me just get an in-depth, or not in-depth, but like skim over. Okay, so here we have a roundabout. Basically, how does this differ from, like, you could say, like, a rounded version of a one-way road? Well, the roundabout, basically, you cannot zone anything on it, you cannot build buildings on it, and they have kind of like a special, like, characteristic to it where, like, traffic yields or something like that. I forgot what it was, but, like, compared to, like, the rounded one-way roads, they have, like, stoplights, and this basically has yields. So it makes it a much more efficient roundabout than using, like, a rounded one-way road. So back to where I was. Here we are. Hold on, let me share this link with Xoxide, the guy behind this all. Yeah, UDoN is one way. Alright. Sorry, I was typing on the stream there. Okay, now we have some kind of... Let me just... What's this region called? Oh yeah, I named it New Amsterdam because that's the original name of New York. Basically, let's just name this Broadway, because this is kind of like, this part of the map right here kind of resembles Lower Manhattan, and that's why I wanted to use it. So let's just call it Broadway, because that's kind of like where Broadway started. This is like one of the first roads that actually was, you know, started in the lifetime of New York City. Actually, I'm gonna make this one of the first roads ever constructed and lived throughout all those years. It's pretty crazy. I want this thing. Kind of just trying to make this smooth. Oops. That's good enough. Alright, so now we have that going. We have this side. This is actually supposed to be kind of like... Jersey City is supposed to be over here, so we're not going to be doing that, and this is supposed to actually go underground, so I'm going to have to try to find a way to make this kind of like go into this. We're going to have the neighborhoods start off like right here. Wait, let me check if this is... No, that's not the right... Yep, that's not right. Now let's do with the... I think this is good. I think that's good. I'm just going to use this as a placeholder so I know that's like the width of, you know, a high density building. And now let's connect on the ramps. Let's have the ramps kind of like elevated. Okay, so we'll have... And it's pretty ingenious how like this is actually a lot of the UDoN tools here are kind of like revised maglev features, or, you know, connections or whatever. Let's just do it like this. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make the bus authority, the port authority right here. That's kind of like where all the buses go. So let's do that. I'm just gonna plan this out real quick. I'm like, you know, I'm really freestyling. I don't know what I'm doing really. Just kind of going with the flow here. So now we have, let's delete that and delete this. Built a 2-lane ramp. Okay. Yeah, this is the elevator ramp. Just kind of have some height difficulties here. Dang, what the heck? Okay, let me dip this down. This is causing some problems here. Even though this is like an entirely new mod, you know, it still has the dilemma of, not the dilemma, but like, you know, it still takes on the mechanics of how SimCity kind of operates. Like some things just can't, it's annoying to do and things like that. Alright. Okay, I don't know why that thing's not. Let's do this again. You know, I don't really like how it's like just dips like that, because then it kind of like ruins the seawall. How about we just make this slope down overall, like this. I think that's good. Okay, I'm spending way too much time on this when I'm just supposed to be demonstrating this. Alright, so trying to get this road up. Okay, there we go. So that's good enough. Let's go back to what we were doing. No, that's the wrong ramp. Elevator ramp. What's wrong here? I think it's like too close to the edge of the map. Okay, let's do it this way then. It's kind of getting on my nerves. Okay, there we go, finally. What? Yeah, I guess that's the only way you could do it. Like really working in a tight edge here, or tight situation. Okay, now we have to connect this to. We have a transition here. This is different from, as you know, like, but the transition can only work if this is on like the default level, which means like this right here is kind of like already like not really default level because it's like rising over the road. I just have to connect it somehow. I can't remember if the latest update of this, when we were testing this, if it had a reverse. Let's just do this. There we go, finally. Road grade too steep. I think it's because like these freeways are too close to each other, but let me try the transition now. Okay, there we go. Now we have that started. Now we have the ramp here. So as you can see, we have, I'm gonna move this over so that way it looks more, whoops, realistic. As you can see, we have a ramp connection from the freeway right here, and then we can have like, let's push that off and let's use like this one. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Well, thing about this is I have to like let's just do it like that, but push it one notch up forward so we can have okay. So now we have that squared away. Now we have to put the transition on. This thing has to be on the default level, which means, you know, you cannot really raise it. If you want to place the transition down, you have to bring it down to level, so that way it's more gentle of a slope for it to get on. Now we're going to make the opposite direction here, which is right here. Thing is, they have to move it over a bit. Oh yeah, I forgot, the elevated do not have guides, only the ground level ones do, unfortunately. It's one of the things that we just couldn't find out why. Now we have a transition for this, but this might be too close to the other one, so I'm gonna delete one space back, and where's this? Might have some. I don't want that. How about we put it on this side? Yeah, we should put it on this side. That makes much more sense anyways. Or let's use the ruling right here. Let's do it this way. Let's have the slope down. And then the road here. Then we have it like this. You cannot make the transition up until you have, like, you know, the freeway itself. So you can just delete like segments of these, put the transition up. Where's the transition? Okay, right here. And I forgot I raised it just a little bit, so that you have to bring it back down to level. It's really kind of annoying sometimes. I'm gonna do it like this way. Sort. Well, never mind. Wait, I just did the same thing I just did. There we go. Now we have an even slope, or good slope. Now let's put the transition on. This will be kind of different though from that side, but I'm just doing a demonstration here. Now we finish off the ramps. Where's I'm gonna use a 2-lane. Let's do the transition for this. Oh yeah, I forgot we had to bring it back down to default level here. There we go. Wait, is that the same heights? No, it isn't. So let's just do it like that. So now it's starting to take up shape here. Like, it looks really cool. I mean, when news broke out, when I was invited to testing with a lot of other people here, like, we were all like, just like, oh my god, dreams come true, best thing ever to hit SimCity ever. And so we just went straight away with testing, and it was just really fun, because Wait, is that thing intersecting? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I may have to make this ramp a little different from the other one, so let's... How about we just do it like this? Or make the ramp go this way. Because it's kind of like really tight here, so... Sorry if I'm not reading the chat, like, that's... I always do that. What? How tall is that thing? Okay, we have to go pretty tall for that then. Where is it? See if I could do it like this. Oh, it's just not enough space, so let's try it with... This is kind of like... See, I'm freestyling here. I'm just like running into problems after problems. Okay, finally, there we go. Now we have... Let's build an elevated right here. And let's actually make this 2-lane, because this is actually going to... And then you can just connect the regular elevated like this. Or let me elongate this. Thing is, like, you have to kind of like build this in the direction that it's going in, so it kind of it can create some like planning problems. Now, let's just use the 2-lane freeway here, even though that's a little strange. Now let's just use the ramp. So now we have an interchange here, basically. That's a little too steep though. I don't know if I could really fix it without starting over. Because it has to... I mean, we could back this up even more, but let's just do it. Can't procrastinate on anything, right? Alright, where is it? Let's bring that down to level. Delete the high points. Oops. So now we have like a really high thing here. And we can bring it down to level. See here. So now you can kind of like do some, because of like, you know, the characteristics of it or the mannerisms of it, behavior, you can make some pretty realistic looking freeway systems. So that way it's not like a giant jagged lump. Oh yeah, you can use the thing here. Whoops. See a free tool here. Now we have that. Let's make the transition to finalize this piece of work. I'm gonna have to push it back even more. It's gonna be a little inaccurate because of the guides. I'm not using the guides, but it's okay. Actually, it's not okay because I have OCD. Alright, there we have it. We have interchange. Oh, actually, we're not done yet because I have to connect this, but this is pretty much what UDoN is. Let me create the transition. Yeah, let's bring this down to level. There we have it. Facebook. Dang. It's a really long ramp here. Because it's like, it's so high. There we go. And then we'll just like, well, taking features from Lower Manhattan. Yeah, this is naturally supposed to go down into the ground and connect with, like, go across the Hudson River and stuff like that, and the East River to Brooklyn. So we'll probably just have to make it elevated and cut through town here to get to the east side. But let's just not worry about that and start building right away. So let's connect on the one-way roads here. We'll make this kind of like the main thing here. Can't remember if no, there is no reverse, so you have to like do it like this. And then we can connect some more of the one-way stuff here. We can make this go in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, I forgot. In order to make this go under, like, whoops, to go under like the elevated roads, you have to use a transition. So you cannot really do anything. So you have to use like a transition here, and or you could just you have to like tap the N key to prevent. But let's make this a little bit more like that, so we can have some building grow here, and then we have like small transition here. Let's just, whoops, delete that off and do it like that. I think that's enough space for a high density building. I'm not sure. Let's just back it up over here and check with a large park. Yep, that's enough for a high density building. And we can unite this road with this road here. And there we have it. Let's start zoning in anyways, because we're buying power, so we can get things immediately. Now let's just line the coastline with some roads here. Let's use like a regular street. I don't want to use an avenue. I don't really think I want to use the avenue. I don't know. I kind of find like big roads, unless it's a highway on the coastline, kind of weird. But let's try to make this as dense as possible. Like try to fit a lot of buildings in. So let's try to use a little space by using some streets here, and just follow or trace the coastline here to make something that looks like Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, that is. Okay, and now let's do something with Broadway. I think Broadway starts somewhere like around here, and then like, oh, I forgot to connect that stuff. Alright, let's connect that stuff. Let's just connect it down to here. Dang it. No, that's not it. There we go. And that's not even connected either, so let's just do this. Let's kind of make something that looks like a highway. Or, you know, off point, like this. And then we can do like one way or 2 lanes. Where is it? We can do something like taking kind of like characteristics of Brooklyn Bridge. We can do something like this, or something that go this way. This is the 2-lane one, and have it go off like all the way over here. And we can have it dip under. Well, I have to use the transition for this. There we go. So that's pretty cool. I mean, look at that. But it kind of makes a little hill there, so let's... Let's use the transition. There we have it. Yeah, that's pretty much how like Brooklyn is, or the Brooklyn Bridge is. It kind of has like these turn things here. And we can do the same thing with the other side here. Or wait, hold on. I just realized I made the road in the opposite direction. So now people can't leave the city here. What? There we go. So that should be connected now. I'm just like throwing zones all over the place right now. And we'll have another ramp go this direction. What I actually should do is make like a road that kind of like... I have to use the transition for this. And press N. So now like people, since they're going in this direction, they can go onto this ramp here. And we can have this ramp go like that. You know, I'm making like really far over here, so it's kind of crazy. I want to get this to perfect curvature. I know what you guys are probably thinking by me drawing this, but I'm not going to say it. Just do it this way. There we go. Now we can have... I'm pretty much just drawing from what I see of the Brooklyn Bridge. Just taking features from it. Even though there is no Brooklyn Bridge here, but that's how the ramp system works over there. Then we could have another road in the middle. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. And let's make Broadway. Well, let me draw some guides first. Let's use these as reference as high-density buildings. And then we could do it again with... Well, just move it over a little bit slightly because we want to jam pack in buildings, and then check it. Yep, that fits. So let's do that. now let's put the avenue in here for Broadway. And then we'll put like the first elevated train there. And we could... Dang, I should have made this elevated so the thing could go under. Okay, so let's revise this. Because, dang, look at that traffic goes. Cool. So let's revise this and... wait, what the heck? Yeah. Revise this so we can do this. And let's just put some streetcars. Even though New York now doesn't have streetcars, but the old New York did, like back in the 20s or something like that. They had like trolleys, and they also had elevated trains. Manhattan doesn't have, well, most parts of Manhattan don't have the elevated trains because cause a lot of noise and stuff. But Xoxide is watching my stream, and he told me to slow down my stream so we could check this traffic movement. After I finish this, I'll do it. It's really fun to watch. Okay, there we have it. And we'll just build a transition here. This should be able to work, kind of, not really. Why is that thing so high? That shouldn't be a regular height. Freeway should work. Okay, apparently it doesn't. My bad. Alright. What? Okay, there we go. Then create a transition. I think this might be too tight of a squeeze here to put a transition in this kind of, it's not graded, it's grading too fast here, so let's redo this again. God dang it. It's one of the problems with the snap points here, because it's it still takes on the behaviors of the maglev. Let's just delete that portion and then do like... Wait, I just set myself for another problem here, because I'm basically... What? I thought I clicked on the elevator. Alright, so now we have that. It's still not enough space. Sure. Oops. Okay, no, it's going on to the other. Why you do this? Okay, let's... How about we just do it from this side? Why not? Instead of stressing on this one road here anyways. So... But that means I have to go over again. That's another problem. So, dang it. This grading is just pretty difficult sometimes. That should be... Okay, that's a little... That's almost working, but it's a little too crazy. It just worked. Let's move this up with the transition here. Okay, now we have to bring this up. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Okay, that should work. Now we just do it like this. This transition is not getting enough space. This is pretty much the default height here. Is just here. I'll show you. Where is it? It works. Just have to do this. What the heck? Okay, this little edge right here should be enough space for this. Alright, finally. Alright. No, it's just connecting onto the top one. I don't want to connect to the top one. Or we'll just do a regular straight one anyways, so. Alright, that's enough to that. And then let's bring this down. Man, all that work just to go over this Broadway street here. Alright, now let's bring this down to default height. Right there. Now that create a transition. That's not long enough transition, so let's push it back. There we go. And now we can what is that? Oh, here we go. Do the same over here. Create a transition. And I forgot I have to make this. Whoops. Why this no work? Oh, that's a little weird, because it was working just a while ago, but... Let's just do it like that then, and then do... Okay, that is strange. Rotate street, okay, let's do that. Let's do small chunks. That, okay, that's good. And now let's do it on this side. Oops. This could be also a problem here when you guys are building your things here because of the maglev connection points. So you just kind of like have to destroy and work around it. God dang it. No, that would be very sad if I deleted the whole thing. Yeah, that's not right. It has to be high enough to go over this road here. Okay, now we can bring it down to level. And so now we can create a transition. I'm trying to work as fast as I can here. So we don't have to... For the YouTubers that are going to be watching this, you guys are probably going to be lucky, because I'm just going to be like fast forwarding this. Oops. I'll just do it like that. Oh yeah, yeah. I can just connect onto the... Yeah, why not just connect it to the Broadway? Why did I do all that for? Okay. I think everything is operational. Let's slow it down so we can check the traffic flow. Oh yeah, I forgot to connect this. Transition for that. Just end. Rezone these little spots here. Just leave that. And look at that. Finally get to see this on SimCity, where you have like cars moving in a direction that you want them to move in. It's really cool. This is kind of a weird graded road here. Maybe in the long run I'll just make this whole thing elevated, so that way it'll just be kind of like a Brooklyn Bridge anyways in the middle of this. Okay, now I'm actually going to upgrade this to a streetcar. Oh, I forgot to download that mod for where you could get your streetcar fixes if you build a tunnel, because before they had a problem where you cannot delete the tunnel if it's a streetcar. Okay, now let's build these things finally. We'll put one station. Actually, let's just finish the roads here. That should be good. Let me measure that. Nope, that's not good. I think this just has to... Whoops. I think it just has to be like this. So that's the measurement of high density buildings here, as you can see. See all that. Don't need those rulers anymore. And we can put all the commercial buildings here on this Broadway. I'm actually going to delete that and make like a... I don't remember if the original Broadway doesn't really... It just goes on like this. Kind of just cuts off. Well, let's just do it like that anyways. Have one station here. And another station here. Another station there. Oh, wait, I forgot. I just realized that this is going to be another problem here. Engineering problem. Has to go over, but dang, this looks so cool. Kind of reminds me of SimCity 4 because it's like the same aesthetic as SimCity 4, but then again, it's taken from real life, you know. So let's bring this back, bring this down to slope or default height. Keep going onto the UDoN thing here. That is kind of weird, in my opinion, but maybe okay. Let's not do that. Let's just have the. We'll segregate this. Like this rail has its own, and this area has its own rail. Wait, why do I keep doing that? Right. So let's do. Oh shoot! I forgot to. Oh, never mind. I disconnected that anyways. So let's do something like this. Oh yeah, I have like this lower part anyways, so why not just do that? So I can do something like this. That looks cool. then we put the streetcars like in between these, like one right here and one right there, and one down here. Speed this up and get some fire trucks. Well, we'll do that later. Dang, I want to check this stuff out. I just left like New York like 1 week ago, and this is already like bringing back memories of the style of the train. Even though it sounds kind of like a maglev, because it is a maglev essentially. That's really cool. Cannot wait to see everything like in high density. Stuff, but maybe I'll put another ramp somewhere here, like Okay. Because we kind of have some like land here, so let's take advantage of this land. As you can see, we have some land here. We could take advantage of that. So you go. Oh, whoop. So we have a ramp coming off over to this side here, and then we can have another ramp coming up to going in the opposite direction. I'm gonna move this back. Oops. There we go. So now we have like ramps onto this part of the town here, and we can put some more over here. Maybe I'm like in the future, like future planning wise, like we can move this like over a little bit and put some ferries here. I wonder if I can put a ferry underneath this. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, never mind. We don't have to move anything. So we can just like put ferries here. That's really cool. Losing money though, but the thing is, like, we have a road pretty close to shore here, so let's use the transitional road for this because it's underneath. Whoops, not the square feature. But if I could get this road, dang, look at that traffic go. Look, pause this or slow it down for a bit. That because that was kind of weird. But as you can see here, people are trying to get onto the ramp, I think. And then we have the exit here. But the light system is kind of like dull. I think if we use like a one ramp, one way, or one lane, it won't have to wait for lights. Let me check if that's even enough space. Yeah, it won't have a light. So now we have like a single file line of people trying to go onto this ramp here. And then we can do the same for this side. Just use transition. Let's look at over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to develop this area too. Whoops, that's an accident. Oh, let me check the wealth level here. Okay, so this is like kind of like the only medium wealth. Yeah, I heard of Citybound. I saw on Reddit a few times, but I mean, it looks pretty cool, but I don't know. It feels kind of really dull for me because it just looks like a bunch of white boxes, and I don't know. It's just weird for me. Like I feel like kind of like lacks a lot of things, but you can do a lot more with it, obviously, because of it's not SimCity, but it just looks a little plain to me. City bound, basically, was what I was talking about. Where's the tall buildings at? We can put some high wealth down here for this lower Manhattan anyways. High wealth, because it's where all the class buildings are anyway. So let's do that. Why can't I attach? I think that's it. I think that's the only high wealth there is, basically. Well, not really. We can just put like a thing here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I think I have... I'm not sure if I have tree anywhere on this one. Yeah, I think I do. Wasn't sure if I had it on the other version. Fill this thing up. But we need some high wealth people to be in these buildings. So we got some high wealth people here, and then we have well, we don't have a high wealth shop, but you can put a high wealth shop over. No, I don't want to move it too far in because then it'll just change everything. So let's do it like, I think we're just out of luck. Yeah, kind of are. So let's just de-zone this and make a high wealth building. Maybe we can put like the building here. And we can put a playground in this one. Don't want to change the wealth level too much. And put this thing here. And we can put some pedestrian paths around. Oh yeah, it fits perfectly. So we got a high wealth, high density building here, commercial. And everything's starting to piece together. I don't know why I can't build there. I think it's because it's too close to the water table in this little... Oh, I guess it was this, that subway thing. Or elevated rail. Oh, wait a minute. If I could build out there, then we have another high density building. Let me check. Yeah, I don't want to disturb that, so let's leave it like that and build the high density thing here. So, let me check again. Oh, so it can only fit like one building here. So that won't work out. There we go. It's a little sloppy. I'm going to change it up later. Check the wealth level one last time, and I think I'm going to call it a night. But let's look at UDoN one more time. Oh, we got our first high density building here. So we got people coming in from the region. Wait, let's pause the game and follow this motorcyclist. She's driving pretty fast for like turtle speed. Dang. Taking this ramp. Okay, now let's look at another guy. Hopefully he's not taking the same route. Oh, moving trucks. These people drive so fast in the freeway on turtle speed. Oh, he didn't take the other exit. I guess he's going the same way. Yep. So let's go over to this side then if anybody's coming off. Wait. Put some buildings here. Trying to wait for a car to like... Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a police cop. He's probably going to get off the exit. That's cool. Or he's going around. Okay, that's cool. I thought he was going to leave. I forgot I made this. Oh yeah, I gotta make another ramp here. We got some space right here on this for a road. I think he's going to take that exit. Or... Oh, I didn't make an exit there. That sucks. He's driving back. Well, that was fun. Alright, so I'm gonna call it a night, you guys. Hope you guys had fun with this first episode of, well, not first episode, but this, well, first episode of this city for SimCity Freestyle. I'm gonna be uploading it sometime this weekend. For those who missed it, yeah, there's only like 11 people that joined. It's like really late. Not really late, but it's kind of late to introduce this new mod. So I'll catch you guys later. Probably not going to stream the other part because I kind of like want to concentrate and like refine some things. So see you guys later.